jump on, but hopefully they will. We are recording. We are talking about team training for 2019. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is breaking up the Seven Dwarfs training for the year, the Disney training for the year, where we all take 1 or 2 months. And by the way, Jen, I did go into Google, and Google Slides is just like PowerPoint, so I was able to start that. You're right, it's super easy. So if we all just use Google Slides, then I think we can make each other, once we have it done, you can make each other like a partner on it. So like, heaven forbid, Wendy gets the throw up bug, somebody else can grab her Google Slide and just go through it as part of the team training. Plus we'll have it a general thing together. So I will start with January. And here, let me just screen share for a second. Good morning, Susie. So, so I'm going to start with Pinocchio. So I was just saying, Susie, that I started on the Google Slides that Jen had recommended. It's just like PowerPoint, where you can make slides for a presentation, but we can share with each other. So I will start on January. So I want to talk quickly about which ones, I want to mark down which ones you guys want to do. I'm going to just print this. What's the second page? Current page. I'll print this and I'll mark your names next to it, and then we can go ahead and create our PowerPoints about what we want to be talking about. Most of these are the basics of what we need to teach our team anyway. So we're going to start with obviously goals. You know, what is it that you want to earn? Do you want to earn Disney? But all of this training really falls in line with any of the other training that we do with the home office, such as the belief circle, belief triangle. So the Pinocchio part will be like the belief triangle, talking to them about what lies they tell themselves and overcoming that. Then what are you afraid of? Overcoming fear and overcoming obstacles. So I have lots of folders on training that I've been organizing yesterday. So I can, once I know which topic you guys have, I can scan and send you some stuff that you can use for that. So Christine, you picked one already. Which one did you want to do?
I forgot. Was it Aladdin?
Oh, yes. Okay. So I think that is on page 2. That's probably why I need to do page 2. Okay. Susie, Wendy, Jen, did you guys look over them? Is there any specific one you want to do?
I think I was looking at the Princess and the Frog. What was that one? The Princess and the Frog.
Okay, let's see. Let me grab that one. That one is Finding Nemo, Little Mermaid, Jungle Book, Frozen Story, Beauty and the Beast. I don't see the Princess and the Frog on this.
Oh.
Pinocchio, Dumbo, Peter Pan, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, Aladdin, Mary Poppins, Nemo, Little Mermaid, Jungle Book, Frozen, and Toy Story.
Was there a different one floating around, maybe?
There might have been. There might have been.
Probably was.
The one I saw was the Seven Dwarfs.
Okay, which is what, well, the Seven Dwarfs are Which Dwarf Are You, which was this. It just talked about.
That's the one I saw.
Yeah.
The one, the Seven Dwarfs was this one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. So this is where they started. Are you bashful? Are you sneezy? You know, are you allergic to your business? All of that. So we started that at the January team meeting, asking people, you know, who are you? Kind of getting them on the Disney. But then this is a broken down 12 months of training here using characters. So Pinocchio talks about the lies of the belief circle. Dumbo, what are you afraid of? What keeps you from flying? So the main lesson is overcoming fear of making contacts, recruiting, going live, and it's all about the do it scared. There's no magic feather to help you fly. It's the consistency of working with intention. Consultants identify fears to overcome and commit to doing it scared. So maybe go for no could be part of that, Susie. That type of stuff. So anybody feel comfortable enough to do February with some help? I mean, I'll help each of you guys with your.
I'll do it, Sue. I don't care.
Okay, so I'll get you some stuff. So you'll be February, Jen.
Which one did you want to do, Jen?
She's going to do Dumbo, the second one.
Yeah.
So then Peter Pan, add pixie dust to your business and learn to fly off to Neverland by selling power tools. The main lesson is don't be a lost boy or lost girl in your business. Study your catalog and PC University for product knowledge and selling tips. When you have better product knowledge and selling tips, you can fly to Neverland or to Disney in 2020. So this would all be about where do they find information about their products? What power tools do we have? What are power tools? What things do they say? Word choices. Teaching them how to sell, stuff like that. Somebody want to do power tools in March?
I can do that.
Okay, that's Susie. Awesome. Okay, so now we're on to Beauty and the Beast. No business is perfect. There will be things that you love and find easy to do. Some will be more challenging and feel like a beast. We must find the beauty even in the beastly things about our business and keep our attitude in the right place. The main lesson is what you find beautiful may be beastly for somebody else and vice versa. Have consultants team up with each other. Attitude is everything. Guard self-talk and work on a positive affirmation about beastly and beautiful things.
Yep, I can do that.
Who's that?
That's Wendy.
Wendy. All right. Wendy's on May. All right.
April, isn't it? April?
Oh, January, February, March, April. Yep, you're April. Sorry.
Good, because May.
Lion King is May. The circle of life in your business, how to make Kuna Matata your business motto. Main lesson, keep your business alive by improving party experience skills. Rate your party experience. Pick 2 parts of your party you want to improve. May. I can do a May. I'll go back and do that one. Aladdin, Christine's going to do. Take the magic carpet ride to a whole new world in your business. The main lesson, magic carpet, 2 parties a week, 2 team members a month, and teach members how to get 2 bookings and 3 recruit leads from every party. And I'll get you the 222 document and a bunch of other stuff for that. Mary Poppins, in every job, there must be an element of fun. A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. Keep your business in a sweet spot by implementing time management techniques and systems. How can it make you work smarter, not harder in all areas of your business?
Are you putting Carrie in on any of these? Or not? Because she couldn't make it.
Yeah, I'll find an easy one for her to do.
Right.
But time management, I'm thinking probably might be a good Susie one.
Sure.
somebody who works, Jen or Susie, somebody who works a full-time job and runs this, Jen, I don't know if you're interested in that as well, but
I'm really thinking Susie in my mind, so.
Okay, all right, yeah. She's the system girl. All right, Susie, so that's that one. Because we're going to come across a lot of people this year that are going to be like, oh, like on the first one, the belief circle, and I'm starting what are your beliefs? Oh, I work a full-time job. I don't have time to do this. Oh, I'm just not good at sales. Like, figuring out those objections that we can help overcome. And each of our trainings are going to help. Even if we don't have somebody on our team that's struggling with that, we might run into a new recruit coming onto our team that will have that as well. Finding Nemo, keep swimming, main lesson, overcoming booking and recruiting objections, even objections opposed by ourselves. Why can't you earn consistently? Why can't you promote to a new career title? Why can't you earn Disney? All right, so Susie's got 2. Did I say I'd do May?
Yes, you're doing
Okay.
May.
I wrote May instead of me.
What month am I?
June. Now, Susie, July, we're going to have to talk about when we're going to do that because all of us are going to be in conference. We're all going to walk stage. So we'll make sure that it doesn't conflict with with conference. So we have Nemo, Little Mermaid, Jungle Book, Frozen, and Toy Story left. So let's see what the easiest one is so far that we can give to Carrie. Little Mermaid, getting out from under the sea for a long for more of your business, even if you don't feel like but that you belong under the sea. There's a place for you on land if you're daring enough to trade in your fins and legs. Try something new, do a cookie. All right, I'm going to give this one to Carrie because it's far enough in that she should be trained to be able to do that.
So that is September? Is that September?
Yes.
Okay.
And then we have Jungle Book, Frozen, and Toy Story. So Jungle Book, consistently doing the bare necessities will give you extraordinary results. Keep focused on your bookings, host coaching, and recruiting. So going back to basics. Who wants to take that?
I'll do that.
All right, Wendy. And then Frozen. Do you want to build a team, recruiting, and moving through the career plan?
I can do that one, Sue.
That would be great. All right, so Christine, do you want to do Toy Story to Infinity and Beyond, how to use technology and social media to drive your business? Or, because we could, all of us can coordinate on that. I think that's the only, is there anybody else that doesn't have two? I think we all do.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so Christine. All right, so, all right. What's that,
When
Jen?
is that, December?
I said I think Christine does that really well already. So
That'll be perfect for her. Okay, so now let's just talk dates, training, and all that. I don't expect you all to be on every single training. What I would like, however, is that we agree to, everybody being on at least maybe 6 or more trainings throughout the year, like every other month. So, because I think we need to have 2 people that are consistently partnered up that are always, we need to have 2 leaders on every call so that you're getting different perspectives to our team. And because your team needs to see you guys leading and leading by example by being on the calls as well. Did we agree that Tuesday night still works for everybody? I think we tried for Sundays, but a lot of people couldn't do that. So Tuesday night.
I'm good.
Work?
Tuesdays are good.
Okay.
Okay. Mhm.
Does that work for you, Jen, too?
yes.
Okay. All right, good. So I know 8:30 to 9:30, it's a little late for me, but I have life group and I literally am like leaving there between 8 and 8:10. I'm always, as soon as I get up, everybody laughs in group. They're like, oh, it must be after 8 o'clock. Sue's leaving. So I'm like, I'm sorry, I have to be on. So we'll do 8:30 to 9:30. Now, do you feel like, let's do a quick recap. The reason I wanted you guys all on this call, so it wasn't just me figuring this out. Do you feel that every week was too much? Do you feel every other week would be enough? Do you, and this is more for Wendy, I'm thinking, Wendy, instead of doing once a month at my house, that we do a quarterly get together.
Yeah, I agree.
It doesn't have to be, I mean, it can be cooking, but it could be at a local restaurant for appetizers or something for team building.
Yep.
Let's just kind of talk about that. I mean, I want to create camaraderie amongst our team, but I'm not sure how to best do that. So that's one topic.
Okay.
How do we create just that sense of belonging? People want to feel like they belong to something and that they're part of something. And it's our job as the leaders to make them feel like they are a part of something special. And we had a girl that her name was Erin. She joined my team. And when I asked her at Full Service Checkout if she considered doing anything like this, she said, I definitely want to join your team. You seem like you're really fun. And I don't know any females in the area. I need some girlfriends. So she literally joined our team to find some friends. So there are a lot of people out there that don't have a support group, don't have anybody cheering them on. So that's topic one, creating team camaraderie. And we could talk about that. I'll just throw that out there and then we could come up with ideas. 2, recipe night or skill night, word choices. How do you guys feel should we just send them to home office training for that? Like, give me some input about, we used to do recipe night to kind of teach people how to use the tools, how to pitch the tools, how to sell the products, that kind of thing. Should we reward our teams if they take classes online, or like, what are you guys thinking?
I think we want them to take the classes online, but also doing the recipe night was really good. I learned a lot from you doing that.
Okay. All right. So product knowledge will be recipe night. So we'll do a recipe night quarterly, and we'll go Zoom on that. I would love for us to pick which night that's going to be, and I'd love to have all of us Zoom in on it, because what I'd like to do is I'll do one part of the recipe and I'll say what I say about my power tool, and then I'll say, Jen, all right, the next power tool is X. What do you say about that? That kind of thing. So let's start with, how about we do the 8th and the 22nd of January for training? Is 2 a month too many or enough?
I don't think too many.
Okay, so here's what I was thinking. It's normally the first Tuesday of the month, so January is going to be a little off just because that's New Year's Day. So on the 8th, I'll do the Pinocchio training. And then on the 22nd, let's do something, like the 22nd would be like director bound, the people that want to go to Disney. It'll be, well, let's keep this, I'm kind of talking this through, sorry.
Are you talking like incentive training? Is that what you're?
Well, I was thinking one training needs to be the Disney training, and then one training we need to have like team recognition, top sales, how to sell the next month, that kind of thing.
So like the 22nd?
Yeah, so the 8th and the 22nd. So let's talk about, so on the 22nd, we're going to be talking about February's, how to sell February. So where do we put in January, such as Super Bowl parties, Mardi Gras parties, soup and slippers? Like, we have to talk about those type of monthly selling things. You guys have some?
Further earlier in the month.
Like the 8th.
Right. So do I do that before I do my Pinocchio training, or do I do it after the Pinocchio training, same night? And then going forward in February, so February 22nd, we'll be talking about how to sell February. And then the first Tuesday in February, which is the 5th, whoever's on February will do the Disney training. That would be Jen on the 5th of February. Does that make sense? And then the 19th of February, we would do how to sell March.
And then at the end of February, we're talking how to sell March.
Right, like on the 19th. And then the first Tuesday of March will be whoever is doing the Disney training on that. And then the 19th, we would do the other one. So let's just, I just want to look at my calendar and make sure that we're not running into conference and stuff like that with those dates. So let's do that.
Can
So
I put something out there?
Yes.
I try to book everything before the 15th of the month prior.
Yes.
You think going like near the end, does it give enough room for people? How are you guys feeling? When do you book? Do you usually book? Well, virtuals you can book anytime. So you may book like easily right away. Live cooking shows, usually I book I try to do before the 15th, so I know my next month is put together. What are your thoughts, guys? I don't know how you guys book.
I see what you're saying. So like maybe flip it, meaning the first training of the month is how to book the following month.
Yeah, and giving all, because when does Focus come out? What is it called? My brain is like mush.
Stir.
Focus,
Oh yeah,
Stir, but then there's the other one, the Focus.
yeah.
They both. Do they come out because we just got the Stir?
Let me look.
But I'm not sure. How do you, Jen and Christine, because being mainly virtual, do you just go with the flow on booking?
Yeah,
The month, or do you
really.
plan your month before the 15th?
I mean, my hostess packet wouldn't arrive in time, but I could book something for this Monday, if I
Right.
wanted. So
Right.
it can be much faster turnaround.
Gotcha.
You feel yeah.
Where's the daily focus, Wendy? Is that on the training page or is that on?
I think the daily focus usually comes with the Stir on the front. You know, when you load up, I think
Right, but it's also it's
training.
also somewhere on the training somewhere.
So the email is at the end of the month.
All right, that's the one. Let's see if we can find that.
If you go to home and then it's all scroll all the way down, is it there?
Yeah, she's saying it's also which I don't do either. I go Stir and then I go to the Focus, and then.
Oh yeah, you're right. On home, you go down there.
That's
you go.
what I always do. I never go to the other page.
Action plan,
Easy for me.
starting enhancement. Make it every December, last week of December. Yeah, so that's the stuff that's in Stir. But then, yeah,
There
there's
should be a
stuff
focus when it comes to Focus. Should be there too.
Yep. Okay. So what do you guys think of that? What Wendy's saying is the first training of the month is how to book the next month. What do you need to know about January, Mardi Gras, how to get parties booked, double free, what the first and the, closing by the 10th to get the new product, and then putting a little blurb in about, obviously about booking and recruiting. So I think if we're going to build our teams and be consistent, I was reviewing some of my old director bound stuff, and they were saying that if you recruit between 12 and 15 a year, your team is growing. If you recruit less than a 9, if you recruit between 7 and 9 a year, it'll catch up with you with attrition. People will drop off. So you want to have a growing team. So our goal should be to try to recruit 12 to 15 every year ourselves personally. So that's, 1 or 2 a month, which is what we always are saying, by book 8, hold 6, and recruit 1 or 2 a month. So we want to be talking about that with our team too. And maybe making a spotlight, like when we recruit somebody new to the team, maybe letting people know, like when we introduce them, how we say, hey, everybody, welcome Susie, our newest consultant on our team. But maybe we should say, hey, welcome Susie. I met her at my sister's party down in Attleboro. She's my brother-in-law's cousin's wife or something. You know what I mean? Like how you met these people. You know what I mean? Because people are always like, well, where are they? Or Susie works a full-time, like when I met Susie works a full-time job, has a 3-year-old, super busy, and is the full support of her family financially and flies out of state for her work. Like I loved giving Susie's story when I first recruited her, because I'm like, you all shut up. She is busy, like she can get it done. So like letting people know, not everybody who starts Pampered Chef is a stay-at-home mom. You see what I'm saying? So then that's like, oh. So let's try to widen their horizons, that anybody can recruit and that anybody is a potential recruit. All right, so in regards to how to book and sell the future years, I love the idea that we're going to use this Google thing. I will begin creating January, February, March, April, May, all that kind of stuff, because Wendy and I kind of brainstormed when we were coming home from Pennsylvania, and we put things into a Google Keep document of things that we needed to talk about every January, every February, that kind of thing. I'd like to be able to share. Jen, how do I make you guys? Oh, I just hit share.
Yeah.
Okay, share. Okay, good. I'll share that with you. I'll create a document for all of each month. And I would love for it to be kind of like, I'll use our group chat and say, okay, I've gotten a general outline in there. Go in, and then in a different color, put some suggestions like, oh, I think you guys should talk about this. Don't forget about that. And then this can be like, finally, I'm getting smart. This can be every year, our starting point, right? So now we just pull up January's training and we save it as a new copy with a new date to say January 2020, and we update whatever happens to be new or different about it. So now it's just going to get smarter and easier for all of us going forward. We'll have the document, we'll have what we need, and it'll be, because this is our team, and I want you guys to have more input about it. I don't want it to feel like just Sue. So I don't get offended easily, just so y'all know. So like, if you're like, yeah, I don't like that idea, you can just pipe up and say, yeah, I think we should do this. And then it's a group decision. Okay. So, I'm going to throw out ideas because I've been doing it for a while, but you know, I want it to feel like this is our organization and that we are one big organization, and how to, like the whole shout outs, like, remembering each of us to give a shout out, and it doesn't have to be just to your team. It could be a shout out to each other. It could be a shout out to a new person, whatever you can do. We want to just try to create that team culture. All right, anybody else have something that they want to add in?
Sue, I just wanted to tell you, you might want to create in Google, like in Google Drive, you can create a folder and share the folder. And that way you don't have to share every specific document.
Oh, much nicer. So can I put this document that I started in that folder after I've made it?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, just like Dropbox, but a lot easier to share. Like you collaborate in the documents.
Gotcha. Who's doing Finding Nemo? Did we decide? I didn't write next to that one.
Nobody.
Okay. Let's see.
Was that?
What's that?
I said I'd have to look at what month it was.
Okay.
It's August, Jen?
Oh, so then what was that, Carrie? Or was Carrie something else?
Carrie was Little Mermaid.
September.
August. I can do August, I guess. Because everybody else has 2, don't they? Yeah. I'll do it. Okay. And then we'll just look at the, somebody look at the calendar for July. Let's go to July. Let's just make sure that the conference one. Okay, good. So the second Tuesday in July is the 16th. So it won't interfere with conference, because conference is the following week. It's the last week of July.
Yep.
So you all got calendars. So I want us to put together important dates. So this is why I want to have this call, so that I could send this off. So I will have on the important date list what the trainings are that are coming out. You know, the, oh, there's my shout out on the team page. It's my day. What the trainings are going to be and what time and date they're going to be. On the quarterly get together where we Zoom like a recipe night, do we want that to be a weeknight as well, or do we want that to be like a Sunday?
Is that me?
Well, anybody. I'm thinking, I'm thinking a Sunday, Wendy, if people are going to come out, because if we have people driving an hour, like Carrie lives an hour from me.
Yeah, check it. I would throw it out. Those who are coming, literally coming, maybe afternoon to evening. See what they think.
Okay.
Because I don't know if Carrie wants to drive an hour in the winter time. Well, no. When is it? March?
Yeah, it would be like January, February, March, April, May, June, March, June. Yeah. Have you guys seen this chart here? This is off of the Pampered Chef website, and this is called Pampered Chef Fall Winter at a Glance Director's Version. And what they were teaching us is we need to think the whole year out. So for January, they're talking about New Year's resolutions, eating healthy, spending more time with family and friends, the winter blues, Super Bowl, Mardi Gras. Okay. And then in February, the month of love and chocolate, we love hosts, Valentine's Day, and winter blues. So they kind of gave you some ideas there. And then it was, how will you help your team use the support tools to drive bookings at their parties? So like earlier on when they had like September, they had different like theme shows. And then how will you help your team increase sales? So for us, we have the new product that's going to help increase sales. So it's something new and exciting. And then how are we going to help them increase sales at like catalog shows and things like that, virtual parties? And then let's think about how will the new year affect recruiting? Because I think that those are super important things. Excellence Award, the trip, recruiting, booking, and increasing sales. Those 5 areas each month, we need to be intentional about how are we going to help our team in those areas. So I'll detail those 5 categories, because when you're creating your, when we're creating our January agenda, those are the things that we need to focus on. Because I think sometimes we focus, or I focus a lot on sales and not recruiting. And I think if we focus more on recruiting, how to train them to recruit as the priority, and then sales underneath that as a priority, I think it'll fall in place. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because if they have a team started, they're going to have success. I mean, obviously we need bookings for any of this to happen. Okay, so I will create the agenda for the month, and then we'll all put it in together. All right.
Oh,
Yes, Jen?
I have a question. So when we so are we just doing the Disney training for the month, or are we doing all the trainings for the month if we are assigned a certain?
You'll actually lead the Disney training, and we'll record them so that they're available to those who couldn't watch or have to work nights or whatever. And you'll all participate by joining in on the monthly things. You don't have to lead it, but we're all going to assemble them, I should say, so that we have 12 months of general training for each month, the things that are important. So like I'll start on the January one, and then we'll get the February one. If somebody wants to, take a month and start one, that would be great. But basically I want us to get 12 templates done, and I want input from all of you on those templates, so that it's not just, every person has their own perspective on something, and I don't want it always to be my perspective. I want it to be other people's perspective, because, I think we'll reach more people and be more relatable to other people if we have everybody kind of going, yeah, that makes sense. But when I was doing it, this comes really easily to you, Sue, so you didn't even train on it. But a lot of people don't know how to do blah. So let's teach them how to do this, that kind of thing. Because you all have different experiences of what worked for you, Like I really loved hearing Jen and Christine and even Donna Bisson talking about different ways of doing virtual parties. Like Donna doesn't use Post My Party. She talks to the hostess directly and says, tell me about your friends, tell me about what you're doing, what do they really like? And then she starts posting very specifically targeted to the people that are in that group, and she gets lots of engagement. So, for people who are like, oh, nobody's engaging on my virtual parties, I don't know what to do, that might be why don't you watch the training on blah, blah, blah. And we do, you know what I mean? I want us to start in my Evernote, I'm starting a team YouTube. And so that's one of the things too, is we've done trainings on stuff. So I'd like to be able to have here's the team links and they can look it up. We need to get a little bit more organized because mine was not very organized when I started it. But I mean, I have Tech Tuesday tips and I have YouTube videos like, how do you send out an email right from the show page to everybody? Like before I close a show, like if I've gone to a show and my hostess has entered in all the guests that she thought were going to come, I go in there and I take a screenshot of who actually ordered. And then I go into the guest list and I check everybody's name and I unclick the people's name who already ordered. And I send all of them a sorry you couldn't attend email. And I've ended up picking up outside orders because people are like, oh crap, that was Christine's show today. So I take it upon myself to send that out, not the hostess to do it. So teaching team members like that's the whole, I did the Pooh video, Power of One, how to add one more order to your show. That's an idea of how to add one more order to your show. It's following up with the guests that didn't arrive at the show. And how do we know if they didn't arrive? What happens if our hostess didn't actually enter in the email addresses of all of their friends? One of the suggestions was when you show up at the show, have everybody write name tags of everybody who's supposed to be coming, and then all the name tags that are still left on the counter are the people who didn't show up or were invited or expected to show, that kind of thing. So those are the type of trainings I want to try to get organized. So I'll go through my files. I got them organized and labeled now. So I have each month, so I'll pull out each month. Do you guys want to take a month and at least start the PowerPoint for the month? January, February, March, that kind of thing. I'll do January for both. But like if you're on February, so like Jen, you're on February. Do you want to start a February one and we'll talk about, you can put some stuff about Valentine's Day and about winter blues and stuff like that?
At this point, I feel like I wouldn't really know what to do. So
okay, so here I'm going to screen share, or am I screen sharing? No, I'm not. Okay. When you are on Pampered Chef and you go to training. And I'll get one of these for those of you who aren't directors yet. But if you go to Leader Resource and Meeting Planner right here, every month they come out with a planner. So if you go in here, Meeting Planner, January, 2019. This is like a starting point at least of, I just moved you guys out of the way. So
We do have access to that as team leader.
okay, good. So this is what you would start with. These general idea, but let's keep it all in the Google Doc. Even though this is like PowerPoint, because I think that if we keep it all in one location and we keep it all in the same format, it'll make life easier. So just kind of look through one of these, and I have past ones that I can post for you guys. 90-day growth, so this is like a general jumping start point of what we're going to use. Welcoming new people, team sales, obviously, if we have new recruits. So we'll have a page that talks about what do we want to say. So it's just having something like this. So that, go grab the January one, actually. You can just grab the January one and save it, or when your month comes. But if we grab the January one and we start earlier, I think that might be better for us to coordinate together. You know what I mean? Like if somebody starts on the February one and you post it and you say, all right, part of the February's up there. Let's all say by, next Tuesday, everybody take a peek at it and give some input, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So that we're not spending a ton of time, like one person's doing a general thing and then everybody else is going in and going, yeah, don't forget this, don't forget that, and don't forget this. And then they update it and then we're good. And then we've got it for the year. All right. And then I can go one-on-one with the person who's working on it, like we can have a call. Jen and I can have a call about February once she gets the general thing, or she can text me and say, what do you think February needs to have in it? And I'll say, usually we do this, usually we do this. Like January and February, we need to talk about snow days or cancellations. So in our area of the woods, we get a lot of, people cancel because of big storms coming. So how do you handle that? So we want to teach them how to handle that before it happens, so that they're coaching their January and February hostesses to say, look, if a storm is scheduled on that date, is there another date that we can do it? Or we've done what's called a walkover party. If there's any of the neighbors that want to walk over, the hostess actually does the show and you Zoom in with her. And or you can go Facebook Live and you talk about the products, and all of their friends are either on Facebook together or in the Zoom together. So we give them ideas on how to overcome so they don't get a total blowout for a party. So those type of things. What do you guys, all right, so we're almost done. What do you guys want to see for our team, our organization in 2019? I want to talk about recognition, and I want to talk about team culture and what you guys want to see from your teams going forward.
Mine grow.
Growth, all right. So I agree. Trying to get people on your team to recruit too. That's the fastest way to get your organization to grow, is lots of training on growth. So that means that each one of us should commit to, when we recruit somebody, the first thing we want to talk to them about is fast track.
Yep.
Create the culture. Mary Haynes created a culture that fast track is just what everybody does, that it's not a hard thing to recruit people, and that tons of people recruit in 90 days, and all you need to do is ask everybody, and then holding people accountable. Like, did you ask your current hostess if she'd be interested in the business? Oh, I didn't ask her yet. Okay, well, shoot her a quick text and ask her if she wants her show to be her grand opening show. Now, one of the things that I like to teach is that we do the grand opening, you get commission on it. Do not give away your commission if you are leaving your house or you are doing, I guess you can decide on virtuals how you want to handle that, Jen and Christine. But in my opinion, Julie Aldridge taught me that the reason nobody on my team was recruiting but me is because they felt like they couldn't afford to give away a show. If they only had 4 shows on their calendar, they did not want to give away 1 or 2 of those shows to a hostess as their grand opening and not get paid. So you offer kit credits. Right. Let that be your standard. Oh my gosh, this would be great. This would be your grand opening. You can take $25 or $50 of your free products to order your kit and jumpstart your business. And all the bookings from this show will jumpstart your business. So they get all the bookings because it's all their family and friends. But so if we create that culture that that's just what you do, and this is a common thing to do, then they won't know any better, and we'll just start training them with that.
Yep.
Okay, PC dollars came in yesterday for those of you who are cashing in your PC dollars. So I think what I'll do, originally I was just going to mail them to you guys, but I thought I might just lay them out and take a picture of your serial numbers, because then you can just go in and enter them into when you go into the section that says PC dollars, and it just deposits into your account. You just enter the serial numbers.
That's easy.
Yeah, so starting this year, I don't know where my new Green by 15 cards are because I ordered them twice. I don't know if Vistaprint didn't deliver them yet, but we're going to be using those new Green by 15 because I heard feedback from Jen and some other people that it was really fun to get a card in the mail rather than the punch card. So starting this year, I bought a, oh, by the way, January 20th stamps go up. Go buy a roll of stamps. I bought a roll of postcard stamps, so I'm just going to stamp them. I can see your team on Green by 15, but I want you guys to get into the habit on the 15th of sending me a list of who's green on your team and keeping track of it yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Susie, you're the queen of Excel or I don't know. There is a spot on Pampered Chef University here. When you are on here, if you go to consultant reports, you can come over here and print a team communication log or a roster. And the team communication log, I'm going to do everybody. It will have like a list of all the people off to the side. And what's cool about this is that it helps you know who you're talking to and who you're not talking to, but maybe we could have, here we go.
Yep.
So it has everybody's name. So here's Susie and her team and all that. And then the whole month. So maybe if they're green by 15 on the 15th, you color in green. Or maybe we just do January, February, March, April, May, all the way through the month. And then you just add new people on. And if they're green, you put an X. Something like that. Because sometimes I miss some. Like at the beginning, I kept forgetting that Jen's team was on a totally different tab. So I would pull my numbers, and then all of Jen's people were like, hey, I was green, or I earned that too. And same now with Christine. All of her people are on a separate tab, and I wasn't in the habit of finding their director information. So if you guys could do that and just send me a list so that we have something that's double checked at the end of the year. Okay, we have less than 10 minutes. Conference. Let's talk about national conference. I think that we need to be promoting national conference early and often. Even if it's a one-line thing in each of our monthly conference. Into our PowerPoint. It's January. We can talk about, you know how you have like a Christmas club? They used to have them at the banks where you could put money aside a little bit every month that would help you save for conference or help you save for Christmas. We should talk about, you know, if you put away $20 a month or whatever, or don't forget you want to save time aside. You know, we just have to be chatting up conference, because if your team goes to national conference, they sell more and recruit more statistically than any of the other consultants in the organization. They've been tracking this for years, and statistically conference attenders are inspired and do better. So we want to get as many of our team members there. And then we want to think about fun things. Susie's really good about this. She finds things throughout the year, and she's like, oh, I got this for conference, or I saw this. So keeping our eyes open for things, for fun things that we can do for our team or with our team for conference. As we see things on clearance now that it's after Christmas. So.
Those Target dollar bins.
Yes, yes. We had like inspirational tissues that were like, what's that?
I forgot about those.
Yes, yes.
Because we got to come in on day 3. You are.
Yes. So we had all kinds of fun things. We had like little bags for everybody. What else? How about for you guys? So if you promote to a director and your director team is green by 15, you guys will get cards as well. Are you guys good with doing out the green by 15 with your own team?
Yes.
So now that you're a director, like you take responsibility for PC dollars at the end of the year for your team, stuff like that. Okay, good. Jen and Christine, you both got a Nora Fleming hand this year, right?
Yes.
Okay, now all 4 of you guys have Nora Fleming. So if you guys are interested, as the director level, Randy did that one year with me, and I just thought it was so much fun. That's why I decided to do it this year. Each month that your team is green, and it doesn't have to be by the 15th. So each month that you qualify as an advanced director and as a director, so your title level, you can go on to Nora Fleming and pick out like give me a list of the ones that you like. And then I'll check them off each month that you do it, and I'll Amazon them to you directly like I did the other stuff and have it sent to you. So you can get new little terms that go into that. So I love it. So, Thanksgiving, I have a cornucopia, and I have two. I have a bowl and a platter. So I have like the champagne bottle for New Year's and just fun stuff like that. So I'll get you guys.
What does it mean to be green by 15, your team?
Okay, so you don't have to be, it doesn't have to be by the 15th, but green as a team means for Christine, she needs to have 5,000 in team sales in order to be green as a director. You need to have 12,000 in organizational sales to be green as an advanced director. And when you're on Pampered Chef and you're at the spot where it shows here, this here turns green. It's usually red.
Okay.
So if it's red, you haven't hit it yet. When it turns green, you've hit it.
Got it.
So, any other ideas looking back? We have 7 minutes left. Looking back over last year, what do you think worked? What do you think didn't work? What do you want to continue doing? What do you like? Yeah, that we can let that go.
As in for the whole group?
Yeah. Did you see things that happened during the year that you thought that was really good? Because I know Christine and Susie and Jen, you all did the step up your business things with the home office, and we kind of like the Tech Tuesday, Training Thursday, Facebook Friday. We all talked about very simple, like little things that worked for you guys in your business that we could implement to our team.
So I have trouble keeping track of all the, like when the trainings are, when when we're supposed to be posting, that kind of thing. Is there any way we could do like a shared Google Calendar just so, we'd get reminders? And
that would be great. So can you set one up and then I'll fill in the dates?
Absolutely.
And then we can share, is that something that we can share with our team too?
Mm-hmm.
All right, that'd be great. So I'll put these dates in that we just decided who's doing the training and what the training title is.
I personally, with everything that happens in my life, have a really hard time being on everything.
Yes. That's why I'm trying to, I felt like that. I felt like doing every Tuesday night, month after month after month. I was like going out of my gourd. I was like, I can't sustain that and have a life. So that's why I want to say, like, why don't we pair up so that the month that you're teaching, like I'm doing January and I'm doing both trainings for January. That month, how about one other person, and we'll rotate it, commits to being on. So like maybe January and February, Jen and I do both trainings. So we're on 2 times in January, 2 times in February. And then Jen, you don't have to be back on again until the end of the year unless you want to. And then Jen and Christine can be on. What do you think of something like that? Like I'll probably be on as many of them as I can, but like January and February, Jen and I could do both of those. March and April, Wendy and Susie can do both of those. May and June, Christine and I can do both of those. Does that make sense?
Yep.
All right, so January, February, Jen and I. Susie and Wendy, March, April, May, June, Christine and Sue. July and August, Susie and Sue. September, October, Wendy and Carrie, and then Jen and Christine. And I'll probably be on most of these. What I would like you to do is look at your calendars too, because there'll be specific months that we know you cannot do. If you cannot do the dates that you have just been given, we need to know well in advance, because other people are making plans and stuff like that.
Right.
But I think twice a month is way easier than every Tuesday. You know,
It is.
Any thoughts about because I have a Post My Party Tech Tuesday, Wow Wednesday. I don't know whether we want that kind of stuff into our team page or whether I want to have a separate page for that.
I would keep everything on the team page so there's one home base.
Okay.
Agreed.
Okay. Good.
Going to multiple places is just, there's too many groups and too many notifications, and I can't keep track personally.
Okay. Good. Okay. One of the things that I saw and I thought was awesome is there's this girl, she's doing, it's called, let's see if I can find her. She's doing a fresh and healthy, Ippolito's is her name. Let me find her. I'll have to go to groups. But what she did in her group, and I thought that we could do for our teams, is not like have one group, which I have, and in that group, we post a template, a virtual template for our team, but nobody posts on it. It is completely, you have to promise that nobody posts anything so that they stay in order. And our team can use that if they don't have Post My Party, if they don't have a paid subscription to something, if they need ideas on what to do, what to say, something like that. So like, Jen, if you have an older Post My Party template, you could run one of your templates into this group, and we would use that as a training for newbies. You're invited into this group. You cannot comment, like, or touch anything. You can only copy the images, and maybe even, I don't know if you number your posts or not, but I like that idea. I saw Karen Batty did that for leaders as well. She had a leader page where just us leaders are in it, and we use that as a template. So like, and the same thing, it was a place for us, a leaders Facebook group. Like I actually, I created a group just for myself. So I had a place to dump folders and dump things into. I think it's just called Sue's Leader page, and nobody else is in it but me. You know, like I created my own group and I dumped important documents in there that I wanted to be able to access easily. So food for thought. I want you guys to think about how you want to do that. But it might be nice if we have new people, and once they've taken and get their certificate for virtual parties online, then we invite them into that group where they can see our examples, our actual word choices, etc. And it could be an old template, you know, Jen, something that, you know, word choices that you're not using right now or whatever. But it might be nice to have something like that available for newbies to look at.
Yeah,
Okay.
the only problem with an old template is that there could be discontinued products and things like that.
That's true. That's true. All right, so let's think that through a little bit. But think about how we can onboard and fast track our newbies, especially the virtual ones. Like Mary Haynes' team is mostly virtual. All of her new directors, she's promoted not only to an executive director, but she's actually got structure for senior director this year already. So she has gone from a director to an advanced director in 18 months, and then an advanced director to an executive director in a year. And now she's lined up to do senior, and 90% of her organization is all virtual. So we've got to get on board with the fact that people are just shopping Amazon and that they are going to shop through virtual, and we need to just stay up to date with that. Going Facebook Live, I took a class on Facebook, and they talked about if people watch half or 2/3 of your video, it opens up the filter, the Facebook filter, so more people can see what you're doing. Also, if you have a two-way conversation with somebody, so if somebody posts something and you conversation back to them and then they converse back to you, even if it's fairly short, that opens up the Facebook filter too. So asking, like, I was at a Christmas party the other night and there was a guy there, a husband, and he was like, oh my God, I watch your Facebook, videos all the time. You're awesome. And I said, would you do me a favor? When you see me go live, will you just hit share to your own page? Because that, if somebody shares your video, it opens up the filter again. So trying to go Facebook Live occasionally and then asking those people that you know to just share it. I have one girl at church and she just shares everything I have because she took me seriously. I'm like, please, it would help my business if you would just share. So get your family and friends to hit share on your videos and it'll help your business tremendously. It'll open up the social media part of it. All right, so we got, anytime I take a class, I'll kind of give you guys heads up on that. All right, so it's been an hour. I know you guys are all on vacation. Love you guys. Enjoy your vacation. I'll get the template going, and then we'll just converse in our three-way group if you guys have anything more to add in, okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye, guys.